Part 1. What is deforestation, in your opinion?
Deforestation refers to the large-scale removal of trees from forests, typically for agriculture, logging, or urban expansion. It's a major environmental issue because it contributes to habitat loss and climate change.
Do you think deforestation is a global issue or a local one?
It's definitely a global issue, while the actual clearing happens in specific regions. The consequences, such as rising global temperatures and reduced biodiversity, affect the entire planet.
Is deforestation a problem in your country? Why or why not?
Yes, deforestation is a significant issue in my country. Forests are often cleared for farming, logging, or building infrastructure, which leads to environmental and social challenges like soil erosion and loss of wildlife.
Why do you think people cut down forests despite the consequences?
People prioritize immediate economic gains, such as creating farmland, building homes, or harvesting timber. Unfortunately, these short-term benefits overshadow the long-term environmental damage.
How do you feel when you see a forest being destroyed?
I feel deeply saddened and concerned. Forests are home to diverse species and play a crucial role in regulating the Earth's climate. Losing them means losing a valuable part of our planet.
Have you ever done anything to help protect forests?
Yes, I've participated in tree planting events and supported organizations that work to conserve forests. I also try to reduce my use of paper and purchase eco-friendly products.
Why are forests important to human life?
Forests provide essential services, such as producing oxygen, absorbing carbon dioxide, and regulating the climate. They're also a source of food, medicine, and raw materials for industries.
Do you think people in cities are aware of the problems caused by deforestation?
I think awareness is growing, but not everyone fully understands the gravity of the problem. Many urban dwellers are disconnected from nature, so they don't directly see the effects.
What are the main causes of deforestation, in your opinion?
The main causes are agricultural expansion, logging, and urbanization. For example, forests are often cleared to grow crops, extract timber, or build roads and housing.
How does deforestation impact wildlife?
Deforestation destroys habitats, forcing animals to migrate or face extinction. It disrupts food chains and ecosystems, leading to a loss of biodiversity.
Do you think schools should teach more about environmental issues like deforestation?
Absolutely. Educating children about environmental issues can help them understand the importance of conservation and inspire them to take action in the future.
Do you think deforestation will ever stop completely? Why or why not?
I don't think it will stop entirely because of ongoing economic development. However, with stricter laws and sustainable practices, it can be significantly reduced.
Part 2. Describe an environmental problem caused by deforestation. You should say what the problem is, how deforestation causes this problem, what the effects are, and explain what can be done to solve this problem.
One of the biggest environmental problems caused by deforestation is the loss of biodiversity. When forests are cleared, countless species lose their natural habitats, leading to extinction or endangerment. For instance, tropical rainforests, which are hotspots of biodiversity, are being destroyed at an alarming rate, putting animals like orangutans and tigers at risk. Deforestation disrupts ecosystems, reducing food sources and forcing animals to migrate to areas that may not be suitable for their survival. This also affects the balance of the environment, as every species plays a unique role in maintaining ecosystems. The effects of biodiversity loss are far-reaching. It weakens ecosystems, making them more vulnerable to climate change and other disasters. Additionally, humans lose potential resources, such as plants with medicinal properties. To address this problem, governments and organizations need to enforce strict conservation laws and designate protected areas. Reforestation programs and sustainable farming practices can also help. Educating people about the importance of biodiversity is equally vital to ensure that forests are valued and preserved.
Part 3. What do you think is the biggest cause of deforestation?
The biggest cause is agricultural expansion. Forests are often cleared to grow crops like soy or palm oil or to create grazing land for livestock. These activities are driven by the rising demand for food and commodities, especially in developing nations.
How does urbanization affect deforestation?
Urbanization requires land for housing, infrastructure, and industries. As cities expand, forests are cleared to make space, leading to habitat destruction and the loss of green spaces that act as carbon sinks.
Do you think deforestation is more common in developing countries? Why?
Yes, deforestation tends to be more common in developing countries because they rely heavily on natural resources for economic growth. Limited enforcement of environmental laws and poverty often lead to unsustainable practices like illegal logging.
How does deforestation affect indigenous communities?
Deforestation displaces indigenous communities, destroying their homes and cutting them off from their traditional way of life. It also deprives them of resources like food and medicinal plants, forcing them to adapt to unfamiliar and often harsh conditions.
Is logging the only reason for deforestation, or are there others?
Logging is a significant reason, but other factors like agriculture, mining, and infrastructure projects also contribute. Natural disasters like wildfires and climate change can exacerbate deforestation in some regions.
How does agriculture contribute to deforestation?
Agriculture contributes heavily, as forests are cleared to grow crops and create pastures for livestock. Industrial farming, in particular, is a major driver, with crops like palm oil and soy leading to extensive forest loss in tropical regions.
What are the economic benefits of deforestation?
Deforestation can boost economies by providing timber, creating farmland, and opening up areas for mining. These activities generate jobs and revenue, but the benefits are often short-lived compared to the long-term environmental damage.
Can reforestation programs solve the problem of deforestation?
Reforestation programs can help but are not a complete solution. It takes decades for forests to recover, and some species may never return. Preventing deforestation in the first place is more effective than trying to reverse its effects.
How can governments balance economic development with forest conservation?
Governments can promote sustainable practices like agroforestry and ecotourism, which generate income without harming forests. Providing financial incentives for green industries and enforcing stricter environmental laws can also help achieve a balance.
Do you think individuals have a role in reducing deforestation? Why or why not?
Yes, individuals play a vital role. By choosing sustainable products, reducing paper and wood consumption, and spreading awareness, they can help reduce demand for deforestation-linked resources.
How does deforestation affect the water cycle?
Deforestation disrupts the water cycle by reducing the amount of water vapor released into the atmosphere. This can lead to decreased rainfall, increased droughts, and changes in local and global weather patterns.
What do you think is the most effective way to combat deforestation?
The most effective approach is a combination of prevention and restoration. Stricter regulations, sustainable agricultural practices, and reforestation efforts are essential. International cooperation and raising global awareness are also crucial to ensuring long-term success.